In this episode, I'm going to be showing you a bait cycle deck.
I am a legend now, look at my attack. I am a legend now, this is how I swear.
What up, Havok here, Dragons 8-3 Legend family. First of all, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Mega Mark for supplying me with this featured deck here. Had a lot of fun in playing it all week. We got a Mortar, Log, Ice Spirit, Goblin Gang, Bat, Knight, Goblin Barrel, and Zap. So the free-to-play players, if you want to do, is take the log out and put a tornado in there, or you can put arrows, or even skeletons. That's a way to keep it free-to-play, and I'm going to get right into these matches for you guys. Alright, so as usual, we're going to build our elixir up. And this deck, you want to play it extremely aggressive. It only costs 2.5, so you want to cycle through it like crazy. You want to try to bait out their zaps, bait out their arrows, and bait out their logs. But keep cycling your mortar as well. So right there I started with the bats, and I placed my mortar down. He's dropped a giant P.E.K.K.A. right at the bridge, so I hit it with the knight and my goblin gang. And bats on top of that. He's going to wipe all those out with arrows except for my knight. I placed the ice spirit, but a little too close to the giant P.E.K.K.A. And he's going to make it to my tower and get half a hit right now. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing and just keep cycling to my mortar. Place my mortar at the bridge. And then I'm going to hit it with my goblin, hit the tower with my goblin barrel. And place the knight right there to pull that Valk. He defends with the wizard at his tower. And with the Valk and the wizard on my knight, they were able to take him out, but I pulled his wizard out with that log after the mortar hit it. So that lumberjack, I just did an ice spirit and bats, chewed through him real quick. His tower's down to 1300 now, and mine's at 2530. So building up elixir again, and then I'm gonna cycle through. Yeah, make sure you play this deck extremely aggressive. You want to cycle through as quick as you can. So I'm going to drop a knight right here. I'm going to place my mortar real quick at the bridge. So his giant P.E.K.K.A. doesn't get in front of that tower, so my mortar locks on. So now I got him down to 967. Got my knight with my goblin gang backing it up. The wizard's able to take out all the goblins though. I'm going to drop an ice spirit, send my goblin barrel. He defends with the lumberjack over there. He's down to 83. That last mortar hit knocked him out. Now I played my mortar as defense right now instead of offense. So I placed it in the middle, put my goblin gang in my pocket, hit the wizard with the log and the goblin barrel, and then put the bats on the giant P.E.K.K.A. He hit it with arrows but didn't take out all the bats, so they were able to help defend. And right now I'm just going to keep playing defensive. Place my mortar in the middle again to pull that Valken lumberjack. Place the knight in front of that. Then an ice spirit to get on both of them. Put the bats on top of that. He's going to hit him with the arrows. We're down to 4 seconds, so I dropped my goblin gang right there at the bridge. 1 second. Was able to take his tower out, and he didn't even take away half my, well, a little over half of the damage from my tower. Alright, so we got this match too. And after this one, I'm going to live play for you guys to show you what I'm thinking about when I'm placing the cards. Just building elixir up. I place my goblin gang and bats to bait out anything he has. Baited out his arrows right there. I'm going to place my mortar. He put Inferno Dragon on top of my mortar and an Ice Spirit. And then he put bats on top of my goblin barrel. And I zapped his bats away. Placed that Ice Spirit right there to draw the Inferno Dragon away. He did make contact and got a little bit of damage on my tower, but not as much as if I didn't defend. So now I'm going to build up a little bit of elixir. Getting ready to bridge spam him again. He's dropping an ice golem. So I'm gonna put my knight behind my king's tower. I'm gonna back my knight up with my goblin gang. He's gonna hit them with arrows, which I don't know why. I would have saved the arrows for my goblin barrel right now. He dropped a mega knight on my goblin barrel. It took one out, and the tower itself took one out in the back. I'm gonna zap all the bats but one, and then place my bats on his. He used his zap for some reason on my tower before I dropped my bats, which worked out perfect for me. With that knight and those two bats on top of that mega knight, was able to get him down before he even got to my tower. My mortar is locked on right now. I'm gonna defend with my goblin gang right there on the Inferno Dragon and my bats. So I got his tower down to 795 now. The bats were able to chew through that Inferno Dragon. Now we're down to under a minute. So I'm going to keep cycling through my cards. I'm going to place my knight down. Send my goblin barrel. And he had a zap in his hand. I don't know why he didn't use it right there. So he's down to 468 now. I was able to log those goblins. And my Ice Spirit just froze the Inferno Dragon and the Ice Golem. Now I'm going to play defensive with my mortar. I placed my Goblin Gang behind my Princess Tower, and he threw his Goblin Barrel all the way to the corner because he was anticipating a log. And then right here he is going to get some damage on my tower. Down to 1400, but I was able to take his tower out with the Goblin Barrel. And we got 8 seconds left. So I'm just gonna do a little defensive mortar right here. Mortar, sorry about that. Yeah, so you can see it, as you want to do is just basically cycle through your deck as fast as you can cycle through it, and you want to basically outplay your competitor. I was gonna show you another match, but I'm gonna do a live play instead. Make sure I'm using the right deck. Got it. Alright, so same thing, build up our elixir. And I'm going to start with my knight behind my king's tower. I don't have a mortar in hand, so that's what I'm going to do with my starting hand. Going left. I think this player may have a bait deck as well. I'm going to back my knight up with my goblin gang. Yep, looks like we got a log bait deck right here. I'm going to back my knight up with bats. I'm going to actually log that princess, and now I'm going to put my mortar on right here, and I'm going to zap his goblins. I'm going to pull them away right now and pull them away again. And my mortar's still locked on that tower doing damage. Awesome. I'm going to play my knight right here to pull them away. So basically right now I'm trying to outcycle his cycle. So I got my knight right there. I was going to do my mortar, but I'm low on elixir, so I'm just going to let him make it to that tower. I'm going to pull that hog right here. Going to log that goblin barrel. Going to freeze the hog rider as well. And now I'm going to use my goblin gang. After the tower gets frozen by the Ice Spirit. He logged them, but they were able to get a couple hits off. Alright, so I'm going to build elixir again. I don't want to send everything out and not have enough. So I'm going to go with my knight right here. I'm actually going to place my mortar at the bridge right now. And I'm going to log these. Place my bats behind my knight and my Ice Spirit. Got his tower down to 411 right now. Awesome, that tower's down. So now I'm just going to play defense the rest of the game. Send my knight to the right. Place a mortar on the right middle. So that way, in case he sends that hog rider, he'll lock onto my mortar instead. I'm going to goblin barrel. Looks like my opponent may have given up. Awesome. So I'm just going to go for the 3 crown now. Place my mortar right here on the king's tower. Send another knight over here. Goblin barrel in the middle. Everybody loves a 3 crown. And that's good with this deck because usually, if he didn't give up, usually it's just, so far it's been either 1 tower or 2 towers if we go into overtime. Alright, that was a really fast match. So that basically shows you, I mean, he was playing a bait deck, so what you want to do is cycle through them first before they cycle through you. You want to bait all their stuff out and then just keep cycling. Keep cycling that mortar and keep going at it with the goblin barrel. So I'm going to start with my knight behind the king's tower again. And then I'm going to place my mortar right here. And then an ice spirit behind him. And I'm going to get my goblin barrel on the tower. And my goblin gang behind that. Oh, hopefully the log doesn't, it did reach them. But I got his tower down to 2507. And I'm basically going to redo the same thing, but I'm going to drop my knight at the bridge this time and get my mortar right there going. Hopefully I lock on, nope, I'm going to lock onto that witch. And he's actually got a prince right here. So I'm going to place my ice spirit. I'm going to log all these guys. Place my goblin gang right here. I'm going to zap that witch because I don't want her to make it on my tower. So his Hog Rider is able to get 2 hits on my tower. And I was going to play my mortar right now, but I'm actually going to build up a little bit of elixir. Don't want to leave myself with nothing. My knight's going to, oh, I thought he was going to make it. So I'm going to play my bats right now. And I'm going to draw them with the ice spirit. And I'm going to put my goblin gang on that other one. They take a little damage on that wizard. Get like 2 or 3 hits on him. I'm going to log this wizard so he's now 1 shot. He did make a hit on my tower, but it's alright. So I'm going to go with that mortar again at the bridge. My ice spirit behind my knight. He's going to hit my mortar with the rocket. I'm going to goblin gang behind my knight. I'm going to log this witch. I'm going to drop another knight right here. I'm actually going to go with the defense mortar now. I'm going to send my goblin barrel. Place my goblin gang right there. I'm going to log all this. Place my knight. Awesome. E-Barb wasn't able to lock onto the tower. Now I'm going to goblin barrel again. And I'm going to do another mortar right here. Another ice spirit. Goblin gang backing that, or log backing that up. Goblin gang right now. Was able to take that tower down. Awesome, awesome. This match is going really good. Sweet. There it is. So if anyone has any questions about this deck, leave it in the comments. And if you guys want me to play your deck for next week for the featured deck, make sure in the pinned comment I'm going to place post your deck here. So make sure you do that in the pinned comment. That way I don't lose track of everyone's stuff. And yeah, if whoever's deck gets picked, I'll play it in the ladder for a week. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a good night. Havok out.